What's up, my Majin Buu crew? It's your boy, King Majin, coming back at you guys with another video. And today, I'll be doing the long-awaited part 2 to What If Deku Was the Son of Miruko. If you haven't seen the original part, go check it out. There should be a playlist for that on my channel, and yeah. I know you guys have been waiting for this one for a long time. I'm happy to bring it to you guys, and all that. Same thing as usual, I will announce other things that are coming out at the end of the video, and light gold and stuff, and yeah. Ooh, I am in a really bad mood right now, you guys, because I just realized something. My mic was not recording. I didn't get any audio, and I was recording for a good 30 minutes before I looked back on my videos and saw that I had nothing. Nothing at all. Well, anyway, enough with me being mad at myself for not getting anything and I recorded for 30 minutes. But anyway, I'm just gonna re-record it. But if you guys, I didn't go over this, Izumi, she would have a similar backstory to how Deku did, but except she wouldn't be bullied as much because she had Katsumi there to back her up. Katsumi would have never bullied Izumi because they were like sisters for the rest of their whole life, and she wouldn't have had the actual desire to bully her sister, and anytime someone did bully her, she would then just blow them up. So yeah. And for Katsumi's dad, he would be a cheater like Hisashi. So yeah. Anyway, let's get into this. I'm gonna have to re-record. I hope I don't have to re-record this. Sorry guys, let's get into this. We pick things back up with Miruko, Inko, and Mitsuki finding out that all three of their kids had met. With Deku saying, "You okay, Mom?" As she would then say, "I'm fine, Izuku. I'm happy that you made a good friend." As Deku would then say, "Yeah. And Mom, I'm gonna be training by myself for a bit, if that's okay." As she would then say, "It's fine. I think you'll need it." As Deku would then leave to his room, with Miruko thinking, "I'm gonna need to get in contact with Mitsuki and Inko." God, they finally met. As the same thing would be going on in the Bakugo and Midoriya residence, Katsumi would then say, Hey Mom, you okay?" As both of them would then say, we're fine. We're glad that you made a new friend, Izumi and Katsumi." As she would then say, "Thanks. Me and Katsumi are going to go to bed now, okay?" As they would then leave, with Mitsuki and Inko saying, "We're gonna need to get in contact with Miruko." "It was only a matter of time," Mitsuki would say, as Inko would then say, "I know, but I want to be a little bit longer." As both Izumi and Katsumi would be in the room, they would be just talking, with Katsumi asking, "You hung out with that bunny guy for a while?" As Izumi would then say, "Yeah? Did you get anything about him?" As Izumi would then say, "What do you mean?" As Katsumi would then say, "Well," as she would then blush a little bit, saying, "Does he have a girlfriend or anything?" With Izumi thinking, or saying, "Do you like him?" With Katsumi saying, "No, of course not," with her blushing a little bit, with Izumi thinking, "Oh my god, my sister has a crush." As she would think that, she would feel a little bit annoyed by this, thinking, "Wait, why do I feel annoyed?" As she would then look up at Katsumi with her blushing. As Katsumi would then say, "So, did you get anything on him?" As Izumi would then say, "All I know is that he's really strong. His mother's Miruko, and he's a really good guy." As Katsumi would then say, "Yeah. Anyways, later, Izumi." As Izumi would then say, "Later, sis." As she would then go to her own room, with Izumi thinking, "Why was I annoyed? Do I like him?" As Izumi would then say, "No, that's not what this feels like. This feels like something completely different." As she would then say, "Oh, whatever. I'll figure it out later." As she would then decide to go to sleep. Deku would be in his room, preparing to go to sleep as well, with him thinking this almost the exact same thing, with him thinking, that girl. I don't get why, but I feel a connection with her. I know it's not romantic interest, but it just feels like we've known each other for a long time, but haven't got the chance to speak. As Deku would then say, "Oh, forget it," as he would then go back to sleep. Izumi would then wake up with Deku waking up at the same time, with them both preparing to go train with All Might. Secretly, of course. Deku would then run out to the living room, seeing Ashido, Kirishima, and his mom, with Kirishima saying, "You ready for these next 10 months? As Deku would then say, "I was thinking about training by myself, you guys." As they would then say, "Okay." As Deku would then say, "No hard feelings, I think I need to do this by myself." As Ashido would then say, "Okay, but remember, no club fights, or fight clubs, or whatever." As Deku would then say, "Of course I won't." As Deku would then say, "I'm going to be going to UA, and I don't need them to somehow find out about what I've done." As they would all then say, "Yeah." As they would all be wondering what he would be doing for training, with them thinking, or saying, with Ashido saying, "Seriously, I wonder what he's going to do for the next 10 months for training. He didn't even tell us, or if he's going to be training with someone in particular." As Kirishima would then say, "Yeah, he would normally tell us stuff like that. We're best friends after all." At the same time, at the Bakugo Midori residence, Izumi would be preparing to leave out the same as Deku, with her telling her mothers bye, with them asking, "Where are you going, Izumi?" As she would then say, "I'm gonna go train for UA." As Katsumi would then say, "It's about time you got serious. I'll come with you." With Izumi saying, "No, I was thinking about doing this by myself for a bit." As Katsumi would then say, "Okay." As Inko would then ask, what brought this all upon? As Izumi would then say, "It's about that guy, the one who saved me from the sludge villain. The one who saved me and Katsumi from the sludge villain, that is." As Inko would then say, "What about him?" As Inko will be wondering, what did the son of Miruko say? As Izumi would then say, "He said it didn't matter if I had a quirk. As long as I worked hard, even without a quirk, I could be a hero." As Katsumi would then say, "He's a smart guy." As she would then fist bump her sister in the shoulder, or just punch her on the shoulder, telling her, "Do your best." As Izumi would then say, "Ouch," and then say, "Thanks." As she would then leave out to commence her training. Inko would then say, "I'm glad she's finally gotten better." As Katsumi would then say, "Yeah, she's not gonna give up on her dreams." As they'll all smile and be happy for, well, Izumi. As this would be going on, as Izumi would be leaving, that is, Mitsuki would then say, "I hope she doesn't like him," whispering that into Inko's ear, with her saying, "Me too." As Katsumi would then say, "That guy, he's so cool." As Mitsuki would then say, "Wait." No, she would then think, "Is my daughter in love?" As Inko would then think that as well, thinking, being really shocked, because her personality is similar to Bakugo, like, she has this whole demeanor and everything, but she's a little bit nicer and more friendly to get along with, but she still call her a hag or something like that. Same way Bakugo would. After that, Izumi and Deku would meet up at Dagobah Beach, with Izumi coming a little bit later than Deku, with Izumi saying, "Sorry that I'm late," with Deku saying, "That's fine, my place is only a hop, skip, and a jump away," with her just laughing a little bit about what Deku just said, with Deku saying, "Yeah, I know, that was a good one, wasn't it?" With her saying, "Yeah." Around this time, All Might would then come out, and they would begin their training, with All Might saying, "To inherit my quirk, your body needs to be prepared for it." With Izumi thinking, "What?" As All Might would then say, "If I were to give you my quirk the way you are now, your arms and legs would shoot off." As Izumi would then say, "Yeah, that would be bad." With All Might saying, "For the next 10 months, to build up your body, you will clean this beach." As she would then look at the beach saying, Okay, with a newfound drive in her heart. As Deku would then say, what do you have for me, All Might? All Might would then give Izuku a few weights, telling him that you and me are going to be sparring with these weights on. Well, you'll have the weights on, you'll be fighting against me. As Deku would then say, yeah, so we're going to power up my legs, gotcha. As All Might would then say, yes, as they would both begin to fight. Around this time, both Miruko, Mitsuki, and Inko would have met up, with Miruko saying, it's been a while, Inko, with her saying, yes it has. Inko would then say, so, our kids met, with Miruko saying, so they have. As Mitsuki would then say, yeah, they've met, can we get past this part? As Miruko would then say, yeah, so, should we tell them? As Inko would then say, I really don't want to. I don't want to tell them about what Hasashi did. As Miruko would then say, we're gonna have to tell them eventually. And Inko would then say, I haven't even told her that her father left us after he was caught. And to find out that she has a brother and I've kept it from her, I really just don't want to tell her now. As Miruko would then say, I got over that whole thing with Hasashi, and I know Izuku is strong enough to handle this. As Inko would then say, I just don't want to tell them now. I'm not ready. As Miruko would then say, okay. I didn't want to tell him about Hasashi either, that deadbeat. As they were all three of them would then agree not to tell them yet. 1 week would pass with Izuku and Izumi training, yeah. As this would be going on, as Deku would then leave every day for that week to train with All Might, Ashido and Kirishima will get very suspicious, with them deciding to follow Deku, with Miruko then looking at the two of them preparing to follow him after he had left, with her thinking, man, these kids are nosy these days. As they would all head out, Kirishima and Ashido would begin to follow Deku. As they would be following Deku, they would notice him meeting up with the girl he had saved from the sludge villain. As they would be like, as Ashido would be like, ooh, are they dating now? With Kirishima looking closely saying, it doesn't look like it. As they would be approached by someone from behind, with them grabbing Kirishima by the collar, with them saying, why are you following my little sister? With Kirishima saying, I'm not, I'm just following my friend. As the girl we all know, it's Katsumi, would say, wait, Bunny Boy? As Ashido would then say, Bunny Boy? As Katsumi would then look at Ashido saying, what? As she would then say, oh, never mind. We were just following our friend. He's been acting suspicious for the past week. He hasn't even been telling us where he's been going. As Katsumi would then say, neither has my sister, letting Kirishima to the ground, with him thinking, oh my god, this girl's scary. As Ashido would then say, you want to follow them together? With Katsumi saying, yeah, let's get to the bottom of this. As both Izuku and Izumi, they would get to Dagobah Beach and prepare to wait for All Might. Deku would then start cracking jokes, with him saying, you know what's Bunny's favorite music? As Izumi would then say, what? Deku would then say, hip-hop. As she would then laugh and chuckle a little bit like that. As Deku would then prepare to tell more bunny jokes. As Izumi, Ashido, and Kirishima will be cringing at this, with Katsumi saying, she always did have poor taste in comedy. As Ashido and Kirishima will then say, sorry about our friend. His anti-joke taught him everything he knows. As Katsumi will then say, you mean Miss Joke? As Kirishima will then say, yeah, the hero. I didn't know he had a connection with her, with Ashido saying, yeah, they're not really family, but she was with him for a large amount of his childhood. As she would then say, as she would then be happy to know more about Deku. As both Deku and Izumi will be waiting for All Might, he would finally come, saying, "Are you ready for training, young Izuku and young Izumi?" As they would both say, "Yes." As the three of them would look on at this, being shocked, saying, "They're meeting with All Might?" As Katsumi would then say, "Why didn't she tell me?" As both Ashido, all three of them would be pretty perturbed that their friend and sister didn't tell them that they met All Might. As all three of them would then hear this noise in the background, with Katsumi, Kirishima, and Ashido making themselves known, with Kirishima and Ashido yelling at Deku for not telling him that he met All Might, and Katsumi yelling at her sister for not telling her that as well, with them looking at All Might, hoping he will explain. All Might would then tell them that he saw their bravery in the sludge villain attack, and I decided to train them. As they will all say, As All Might would then say, "Would you like to train with us as well?" With all three of them saying, "Yes!" With Deku sighing in relief, with both Kirishima, Ashido saying, "You're not out of the woods yet, you still lied to us." As Deku would then say, "I didn't lie, I just didn't tell you." As they would then look at him even more furiously. And besides, All Might said this was supposed to be secret. As they would then calm down a little bit, saying how the number one hero wanted him to keep the secret. With Izumi looking at her sister, with Katsumi still being really mad that she didn't tell her. And she would then notice in her eyes that she's going to get a lot of guff when she goes back home. But anyway, All Might would then commence their training, with Izumi still being the one to clean up the beach to build up her body, Deku sparring against All Might with weights on, leg weights, arm weights, and stuff like that. And Katsumi, she would just try to make her explosions a lot more powerful. She would sometimes spar against Deku, but they never really fought. Like, she would drive her explosions towards him and he would just dodge. That would help her work on her explosions and Deku work on his speed. It wasn't really a fight, it was just them helping each other improve in their categories and stuff. Kirishima would fight with Deku and All Might to build up his hardening. And Ashido, she would take out some of the trash with Izumi to build up her body as well, and using her acid to melt it. 8 months would have passed like that, and all of them would have improved greatly, with Deku getting a huge boost in speed and power, and all that, and his instincts being a lot sharper. So yeah, he'll get improved in those aspects. Both Izumi and Katsumi would improve as well, with Izumi getting pretty jacked at this point, not to the level of Izuku yet, but still pretty strong. Katsumi would have improved by a lot as well, with her explosions being more powerful. Like, I would say they would be more powerful than Bakugo's at this time, like at his time in here or whatever. And she will be nearing the completion of the Howitzer Impact. She would have the idea for it, but she wouldn't have really done it yet. So she'll be much further along than the canon Bakugo in that aspect. And their relationship, Deku, Katsumi, and Izumi's relationship, it would have been developing, with Katsumi really liking Deku and flirting with him sometimes, and Deku really liking her and occasionally not flirting with her, but really enjoying the time he spends with her. It would be the same for him and Izumi, with them not having a romantic feel, but more of the lines like they care for one another, like deeply. And each time he would be flirting with, or just like what Izumi thinks is flirting, she would be really annoyed at Deku. She would be, just annoyed at him. And annoyed at her sister for doing it. So, yeah. She would just have... Their relationship would have just been really developing at this point, with them being kind of like brother and sister at this point. They wouldn't know this, but that would be like their relationship. Kirishima and Ashido's relationship was improved too, and they would have gotten stronger. Kirishima would have developed Unbreakable, and Ashido would have gotten her, like, acid gun thing that she does with her hands. And their relationship, they would, like, they know they like each other, but they just haven't done anything with that relationship yet. Like, it's there, but they haven't gone out or done anything like that yet. Around this time, they would have finished their training with All Might, and All Might would have told them to finish up the rest of their training by themselves. As Katsumi would then say, "What about Izumi?" As All Might would then say, "She still needs to finish." As they would then look at there being a little bit more trash, and Katsumi would then say, "We can stay and help," as All Might would then say, "Nope, this was her task. She must complete it. You guys can train with each other if you want, but Izumi will finish up training with me." As they will all leave accepting this. As Deku would then say, "You got this, okay?" As Deku would then pat her on her head with her saying, "Yeah." As All Might would then look at them saying, "Huh, they're like siblings." As All Might would then think, could they be siblings? As he would then push this out of their mind, out of his mind for a minute. Deku would then head home, and he would then ask his mom, "You want to train, Mom?" As she would then say, "Sure. I miss beating you up." As Deku would then say, "Ugh." As he would then say, "By the way, we're going to be training with 3 more people." As she would then say, "The other 2 are clearly going to be Ashido and Kirishima, but who else do you have in mind?" As Deku would then say, "There's a girl called Katsumi. She's the one I saved from the sludge villain." As Miruko would then think, "Katsumi? Mitsuki's daughter?" As Deku would then let all of them in, with her being shocked that it's actually Mitsuki's daughter. Katsumi would then come up to Miruko, with Miruko being a little bit on edge, with Katsumi saying, "It's nice to meet you, Miruko. I am a big fan. You have a lovely home, by the way." As Miruko would be thinking, this girl is way too polite to be Mitsuki's daughter. As Deku, Ashido, and Kirishima will be saying, "Why did your personality change?" As they will all be laughing, with her blushing saying, "Shut up." As Miruko would then think, Oh. As she would then say, "So that's how it is." With her blushing a little bit. Katsumi, that is. With Katsumi blushing, that is. With Miruko figuring out that Katsumi likes Izuku. With Deku saying, "So, you want to train the 3 of us?" As Miruko would then say, "Yeah. I'm gonna pound you kids into the ground." As they will all look on a little bit scared. Izuku, Kirishima, and Ashido, but Katsumi wouldn't get why they're so afraid. They would then commence their training for the last 2 months. Katsumi would then discover why they were so afraid of her training regiment. 2 months later. Around this time, All Might, around this day, it would be just a few minutes until the entrance exams. All Might would then pass down his quirk to her, telling her to eat his hair, and she would inherit the quirk. He would then tell her that it would take some time to activate. As this would be going on, Izuku would then shout for her to come on, with them all waiting for her to go to the entrance exams. As she would then say, I'm coming, with all of them running off. They would then be approaching the entrance exams hall, as Deku would then run into a girl, with him saying, "Oh, sorry about that," helping her up, with her saying, "No problem," as they would begin to strike up a conversation about the test and all that. As she would then notice his ears and saying, "Oh, how adorable," as Deku would then say, "Thank you," as he would then wave his ear at her, with her being, swooning over how cute Deku's ears are. And she can see the little puffy tail in the back too, with her saying, "That's so adorable," as Deku would then laugh saying, "Yeah, people say that all the time." As they will begin to talk more, both Katsumi and Izumi would then come, taking Deku away, with Katsumi grabbing Deku by the ear, saying, "Come on, bunny boy." As Deku would then say, "Ow, ow, that hurts," with Izumi pinching Deku a little bit, saying, "We're gonna be late, now move." As both of them would then be pulling Deku away with him saying, "Calm down! Come on!" As Deku would then walk away. With Ochako being left there thinking, "Huh, what was that about? The guy was just kidnapped." As she would then be a little bit worried. As she would then look on saying, "Wait, he looks familiar." In the auditorium, both Izuku, Ashido, and Kirishima will be sitting with one another. Not anywhere near not anywhere near Izumi and Katsumi. They will be at the top row with just the three of them sitting together and Katsumi and Izumi sitting together. President Mike would then announce how the test would go down, with Ida still calling him out about the unspecified robot, with President Mike telling him that is just an obstacle to get in your way. As Ida would then apologize and thank President Mike, he would then call out the person who's been muttering this entire time. Izumi. He would then say, "If you're not going to take things seriously, you can leave." As Izumi would then say, I'm sorry," tearing up a little bit. Deku would see this and prepare to get up to put the guy in his place, but Katsumi would then beat him to it, with her saying, "So you enjoy making girls cry?" As Ida would then say, "No, it was just, she was distracting everyone." As Katsumi would then say, "Yeah, you ask her nicely, you don't humiliate her in front of people, jerk." As Katsumi would then prepare to use an explosion, but she would stop herself saying, "Forget it, you're not worth it. Let's go, Izumi." As they would then prepare to move seats away from Ida. Deku would then head to the city to prepare for the practical portion of the test. He would be warming up and stretching when he would see Katsumi, with him saying, "Oh, they put us in the same site." As she would then say, "Yeah. How about we make a game, Izuku?" As Deku would then say, "What you have in mind? Whoever comes in first place on this test has to do one thing the other wants." As Deku would then say, "Okay." As Katsumi would then say, "Okay." As they would both say, "Bring it," simultaneously. As President Mike would be talking, he would then mention that there are no countdowns in real battles, with both Katsumi and Deku springing the moment they hear those words through the doors. They would then head into the testing site, destroying robots left and right, with Deku taking them down with kicks and all that, and even kicking rocks at them sometimes at high speeds. Around this time, the 0 pointer would come out, but there will be no one to save for Deku. Katsumi and Deku will both see this, and they will attack it, with Deku kicking its legs out from under it, causing it to tip over and fall, with Katsumi backing him up with an explosion, with him saying, "This one was mine," and she would then say, "Nope, it's mine," destroying it with an explosion. As Deku would then say, "Come on, I took it down," as she would then say, "Nope, I took it down." As they both begin to argue about who actually beat the thing. As Deku would then say, "You know what, take the win. I know for a fact I'm going to come in first place." As she would then say, "No, you're not, I am," as they will both walk out of the testing site together, with everyone looking at them thinking, are they a couple or something? Deku would then come out, seeing Ashido and Kirishima, with him asking, "How'd you guys do?" As they would then say, "I'm pretty sure we made it into the hero course," as all three of them would fist bump together. As Deku would then say, "So, where's Izumi?" As they would then say, "She hasn't showed up yet." As they would then say that, Izumi would then appear in front of them, with a few tears in her eyes, with Deku saying, Are you okay?" As she would then say, as she would then run away, with Deku saying, "Maybe I should go after her," with Katsumi saying, "No, I should do this. You guys go home, I'll go see what's wrong." As Deku would then say, "Okay," being really worried about Izumi, with Ashido and Kirishima feeling the same way. Deku would then head home, and time would fly by. He would then get his letter from Yue, wanting to open it with his mom. Kirishima, Ashido would be there with him as well, with them saying, "We made it this far together, let's open these, okay?" With Deku saying, "You guys." As Kirishima would offer to go first, and He would then open his letter, with All Might appearing before him saying, Young Kirishima, you have scored 48 villain points and 32 hero points, or rescue points. I just like to call them hero points. So, yeah. And, yeah, that will be his score. With Kirishima saying, Yes! I got in! With all of them being happy for him. Ashio would then open her letter next, with it saying, Young Ashio, you have acquired 44 villain points and 26 hero points. With him saying, you have made it into the hero course. With Ashito being so happy too, with both Kirishima and Ashito hugging each other and jumping up and down, until they would notice that they were doing this in public, as they would then stop both blushing, with Deku laughing saying, You two should just date already, with them telling Izuku to shut up and open his letter. He would then open his letter, with All Might saying, Young Midoriya, you scored 100 villain points, 35 hero points, and you have gotten first place on the entrance exams. If you're wondering why Deku has so little hero points, it's because he didn't really save anyone from a giant robot or anything like that to get that many points. And even then, I believe this Deku wouldn't be the saving type. Like, he still wants to save people and stuff. That's all about being a hero, and he likes doing that. But he's more or less a combatant at this point. So that's why he got so little hero points. So yeah, Deku would be happy, smiling with them, and he would hug his friends, with them saying, I knew you would get first place, as Deku would then say, Me too, with Ashito saying, Stop being such an arrogant jerk. As Miruko would then come to her son, putting him in the head like saying, I knew you could do it, as Deku would then say, Thanks, Mom, as he would then be tearing up just a little bit, and he would hug his mom, with Deku saying, I need to know what happened with Katsumi and Izumi, as he would then get on his phone and call Katsumi. As Katsumi and Izumi would be in their rooms, Izumi would be really bummed, with Katsumi saying, Cheer up, I know for a fact you made it in, as she would then say, No you don't, as Katsumi would then say, I'll open mine, then let's open yours. She would then open her letter, with All Might saying, Young Bakugo, you acquired 93 hero points. 93 villain points, 20 hero points, and second place on the entrance exams. Welcome to the Hero Academia. And if you're wondering why Katsumi got so many hero points, it's that being around Izumi changed her, so she's more inclined to save people now. As Katsumi will then say, See, if I make it in, you'll make it in, and they have hero points. Depending on how many of those you got, I know for a fact you can get in. As Izumi would then say, Okay. As she would then open her thing, with All Might saying, You might have not scored any villain points, but you sure did score a lot of hero points. With All Might saying, You have gotten 60 hero points. Welcome to the Hero Academia. As she would then start to cry, hugging her sister, with Katsumi saying, I told you got in. As she would then cry into her sister's arms even more. As she would then pick up her phone and see it as ringing, Izumi would then look at her phone, saying, Bunny boy, as she would then get a little bit annoyed by this, but also laugh that her sister put his pet name on her contacts thing. As Katsumi would then look at her looking at this and say, Shut up, as she would then blush and answer the phone. As Deku would then say, Did you pass? As Katsumi would then say, Of course she did. As Deku would then say, What place did you get? As Katsumi would then say, Second. You? First. I won our little bet. As Katsumi would then say, Okay, you win. As Deku would then say, Put Izumi on the line. As she would then put Izumi on the line, Deku would then say, I knew you would get in. Have more faith in yourself. As she would be crying over the phone saying, Thank you. And they would end their call. Deku would then sit down his phone saying, Both of them got in. 3 of them would say good. As Kirishima would then look at Deku's phone, saying that says Queen Explosion, with him laughing at Deku a little bit. With him pointing it out to everyone else, with them laughing as well, saying, Aww, Deku has a girlfriend. As Deku would then say, Aww, you two don't know when you're gonna start dating. As everyone would then laugh. As they would then all get into a group hug saying, "We're gonna be the best heroes possible." As Izumi would still be crying in Katsuki's arms, Katsuki would then say, "Let's go show mom." Or moms in this scenario. If you guys are thinking that Mitsuki and Inko are a couple, no, they're just really good friends, and their kids consider each one of them a mom to them. So, yeah. As they would go to meet Mitsuki and Inko, they will tell them that the two of them got into UA, with both of them crying for the kids and hugging them. As Inko would then say, "I'm so proud of you." As Izumi would then say, "It's all thanks to Izuku." As Inko would then say, "If it wasn't for him, I think I would have given up on my dream. I owe him a lot." As she would then say, "Good for you." As Katsuki would then say, "Yeah, he's a really good guy. I even trained with him for a bit. Me and Izumi both did." With Inko saying, "You did?" And Izumi saying, "Yeah." As they will both be shocked by this, and Katsumi would then say, "We even trained with his mom." As Inko would then say, "Oh, you did?" With Inko and Mitsuki being slightly annoyed because Miruko did not tell them this. As Inko would then say, "I'm so happy for you two. Let's get something ready for dinner." As they all say, "Yeah." As they would then both look at each other saying, "We are going to need to have a long chat with Miruko." As Mitsuki would then nod her head. And that is it for the video, you guys. Whew, this took a lot of stuff. I can't believe I had to record this again, but I'm happy I did. There was a few bits I need to touch up on, and yeah. And thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, like goal for this video will be, let's go with, since you guys did great on the last one, 300 likes. Yeah, 300 likes. No. Let's go with 400 likes in a week. Like, seriously. Because this video did really good, and I hope it continues to do that way. And yeah. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. Comment down below bunny hop if you've watched to this point, and yeah. I really enjoy making this series for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoy it too, and all that. Anything else I want to tell you? Okay, the next stuff I will be working on will be, what if Deku was a werewolf? That needs to be done quickly, and I know you guys really want that one, and what else? What if Asa had solo leveling? I will try to get to that as fast as possible. And if you guys do manage to hit the like goal I set, I will start instantly working on part 3 of this, putting werewolf and Asa aside, and finishing that up as fast as possible. So remember, 400 likes. And yeah. Anything else I want to tell you guys? Nope. This has been King Majin saying, I hope I never have to re-record again. Signing out. Peace.